Setting alarms every 5 minutes starting at 6:30 a.m. on your designated ticket sale day to ensure a spot in the queue to purchase Penn State football tickets is arguably one of, if not the most stressful parts of one's time at University Park, depending on a plethora of external factors such as sheer luck, how many devices you have connected, if you're using Penn State Wi-Fi in the dorms, thousands of students attempt to buy season tickets. Finally, seeing the congratulations messages pop up on your screen can be an exhilarating experience, but on the other hand, devastating for those who aren't as lucky. Penn State's current ticket buying system is broken. With over 40,000 undergraduate students at University Park, 20,000 plus at the Commonwealth campuses, and only 21,000 seats in the student section of Beaver Stadium, students remain at the hands of fate to determine whether or not they will be able to cheer on their beloved blue and white. Beaver Stadium, the home of Penn State football, is one of the nation's premier football venues and the second largest stadium in the United States, said Geoff Rushton in a Penn State article. That being said, we are yet to devise a fair system to recognize and prioritize our students. The scarcity of tickets provides students with ample opportunity to flip tickets and scam their peers. If students were provided with either a points-based system or simply one without a limited number of tickets for the student sections, students would be less stressed and more capable of procuring tickets. This creates another problem, as you then have students buying non-student tickets for a cheaper price and sneaking into the student section with ease, making it overcrowded and almost unenjoyable for those who already have student tickets. To solve the problem's inefficiency and unfairness regarding Penn State football ticket sales, today I'm arguing that Penn State football should adopt a point-based approach to ticket sales as a policy. I propose, for my policy, that similar to fellow Big Ten school Michigan, Penn State adopts a priority points-based system to ensure that the most active Penn State students receive priority football games, and that is, if the student section were to remain the same size. For example, get a point for each game you swipe into, or bonus point for attending all the games. Perhaps a negative half point for transferring your ticket or simply not attending one. Some schools even entice you to gain points by attending other sporting events. This policy would promote overall better attendance at other sporting events, such as volleyball, field hockey, lacrosse, soccer, ice hockey, anything like that. And if you were to attend these things, you would be given a point, per se, or whatever Penn State athletics would think would be fine. So if you were to go to 4 soccer games, 2 hockey games, and a field hockey game, you would get 7 extra points that would qualify and be added on to your priority points total for the next season that you'd be able to use to buy tickets. We're then ranked as to who can buy tickets first, ensuring the real fans get the best opportunity to purchase tickets. I will describe the current method of buying tickets. Second, I will describe the issues with the current ticketing system. And finally, I propose a change that Penn State University should adopt to promote a more structured way of buying tickets. With 60,000 students among Penn State's many campuses, University Park, and all the Commonwealth campuses, it's kind of imminent that a lottery system is seen as the most suitable for this type of thing, as far as ticket sales go. So Penn State sells their student passes via Ticketmaster and assigns a certain amount of tickets to each day allowing for students of all grades the chance of getting tickets. Penn State also considers your amount of credits when assigning you to a day of ticket sales. So just for example, if you're a sophomore with the amount of credits that constitutes a junior, then you buy tickets on the juniors day. So from July 17th, starting with grad students, to July 21st on a Friday with freshman ticket sales, tickets all go on sale at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the student's respective day. Once you've entered the waiting room on Ticketmaster, which you find just by navigating 2023 Student Pass, PSU Football, or PSU Football, Student Pass, whatever keywords get you there. At 7, people will be assigned a random order to purchase tickets in the waiting room. You were just assigned a random spot in the queue, and that's why it is advantageous to have numerous devices and people logged in with different phone numbers and emails, so get the best chance at getting tickets. And with numerous people trying to buy them for the same person, once you get to your point in the ticket checkout process, you just input your 9-digit PSU ID, and they're eventually assigned your Lion Path or Apple Wallet or somewhere that they're just yours. And this method was brought about in 2009. Before that, there were physical tickets, and obviously in the era of digitalization, where it's so convenient to just have things in your Apple Wallet, double click, show your ticket, all that great stuff. Before they obviously had the paper passes, and in 2009 they changed this. They wrote about it in a Bleacher Report article, saying The buying and selling of all tickets will now be done online through an account which is registered to each student. For students who attend Penn State, the transfer of the ticket from ID card seller to ID card buyer will be charged a 15% processing fee in addition to the purchase price. You can sell the tickets from anywhere to $30 to $60 based on the demand for any given game. So if one were to sell them on Ticketmaster, you can sell your whole pass for upwards of $1,000. I've seen them listed for before. I know someone who bought one for $850 after not getting one. But if you're transferring them to another PSU student from ID card to ID card, it can be $30 to $60. Like I said, you can only transfer 6 individual tickets per season, just so you're not selling your whole pass away. But if you do want to sell your whole pass, just throw it up on Ticketmaster, and that's how people go about it. I propose that Penn State Athletics adopt a ticket selling method similar to Michigan's, one in which a priority point system dictates one's ability to purchase a ticket, ensuring that the realest fans have the realest chances at getting tickets. By no means can this policy be enacted overnight or even anytime soon, as it would take a lot of change for this to come about, especially because seniors are already so accustomed to the upperclassmen are already so regimented in their way of buying tickets, and this is just second nature to them at this point. But if I could see this happen within my 4 years at University Park, I think that'd be pretty sick. In order for the priority point system to be started, alumni and students would both be considered at ground zero. This is if the same type of methodology would be applied to alumni ticket sales. But as far as this goes, we'll worry about the students. Although, based on ticket ownership history, a retroactive priority system could be enacted for alumni. So if someone has owned an RV spot and a season pass for the past 20 years, they have enough points that they don't need to worry about not getting them. In Michigan system, alumni are awarded 20 points, and letter winners or former athletes are given 40. So those are just some basic guidelines that I'll throw somewhere here. A system based around these points would value the loyalty of alumni and promote the engagement of current undergraduate students. In conclusion, I think if Penn State wants to strengthen its overall athletics atmosphere, which is already a huge part of our culture here at University Park, people commute from literally all over the place. People travel to away games to watch Penn State football. Penn State football is really the spectacle of going to University Park, living at East Halls, walking down to Beaver Stadium on game day, all marching down. It's just cool, and it's a thing that everybody loves to do. And I think that more students should be able to experience this. Although, with this policy, we are not changing the amount of people in the student section, but we're changing the quality of the people that are able to procure tickets. And I think it's just more fair if there's a priority points based system enacted. There will be less people scamming, more loyal students will be able to get tickets, ensuring better attendance, less people leaving at halftime on rainy games or snowy games, even though those are the best ones. And overall, it would boost the attendance at other sporting events. So I really don't see a reason why this isn't possible. Michigan is a huge Big Ten school that manages to do this pretty seamlessly. And I think if we were to adopt a policy similar to that, Penn State's athletics would just be even better. We already have a great starting point. I just think our ticketing method is not as optimal as it could be. So if we were to enact these changes, I think things would be really good around here.